welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be a little bit different than what I usually do. I usually do vlogs, but this is just an unboxing of the new Lovevery reading skill set part 1. So this is part 1 of 3 parts. I opted for the part 1 package or option for my son. So part 1 of the reading skill set uses games, books, and activities to lay the foundation for your child's literacy journey. They'll practice letter sounds, oral language, and breaking words down into smaller pieces. It's a really fun experience to see how your child will develop and to see them start to learn to read. It is such a fun stage. There might be some challenging times, but just remember to take a breath. And also, Lovevery does give you some tips on what to do if your child is struggling in the moment or if things are getting frustrating. They give you some tips. So with the Lovevery part 1 box, this is everything that will come inside. This little green packet here is everything you'll need to know. So this is like the information that you will need to know moving forward. It gives you some tips before you begin, tips on isolating sounds, letter sounds, spelling and reading. And then it also gives you some inspiration, ways to play later on using these games, or even like making games of your own to help your child progress more. I did like how this box was set up. It was perfectly planned out and thought out. So this is the compound word pair box. My son loved this game. He kind of thought of it as a guessing game. I thought it was a super clever way to show how compound words work. I'm moving on. These are the rhyming leaves for the rhyming leaves game, and that was the tree trunk for it. Super fun game for rhyming. Isaac has been learning about rhyming, but this was a fun way to kind of have something in hand to play with it, to play with our words and to see what rhymes and what doesn't. It was a really fun game. And as you saw, this was the follow the sound maze. As your child develops, you can use it for different games. Essentially, there are different cards for it. I believe there's like 10 or 20, but it moves on from the progression of learning the first sound of a word to the end of a word and in between, and like rhyming words. My son really enjoyed looking at the pictures, and at the end he would like to just open all of the little flaps. So just like extra fun for them. So these are the game pieces for the syllable race game. If your kid is like big into dogs or pets or like racing in general, they will love this game. My son is not big into pets or animals. He likes insects and bugs, but my 10-year-old daughter really enjoyed this game. And yes, she's already 10 and about to be in 6th grade, but she had a lot of fun with this game. And because she did, my son did also. This is the board of the game. Right here is where the little dogs, they race, but it's a super cute game. You wouldn't really think it's like a learning game once you actually play it. It just seems like a typical board game, but the kids really enjoyed it. So like I mentioned before, there are 3 parts to the reading skill set. I opted for part 1, obviously, for my son. He is 4. So part 1 covers sounds to reading, part 2 would cover words to books, and part 3 would cover advanced rules to chapter books. In part 1, you'll be working on isolating sounds, and then moving to learning letter sounds, and lastly for spelling and reading. So moving on to the next box, I thought I would be opening box 2 first, but because this is just how it's packaged, we're gonna go ahead and open up box 3 just as you would if you received the box yourself. So this box contains a book with the ABCs with Mr. Z. Yeah, we really enjoyed looking at that book together, and then it also contains the spell and check slider tiles. So at first when I opened this box, I didn't know, but these actually, they slide, and when you slide them, they'll have the words spelled out so that your child can work on spelling or sounding out. And then comes with these super cute little books. These are this is the turn-taking book series. I love the feel of these books. They feel super durable without being super heavy. They are the perfect shape and perfect size for little hands. so moving on, this is actually the spell and check slider where you would place the tiles and the pictures. Moving forward, you can actually use the letters that I'll show you later that come in the box, and that will it just helps having more manipulatives if your child really likes to feel and touch things while they learn. All right, moving on to box 2. This was a little tough getting out, but you will be very happy that everything was packed very well. Okay, so opening the box right away, we see the movable alphabet. So these are basically just letters. They're not wooden, but they are plastic, but they feel very durable and light, but they have a nice grasp and a nice touch to them. I believe there's 2 of every letter, so that comes in handy. Hopefully you don't lose any, but comes in handy if you want to spell if you want to spell a word with multiple letters in there. So moving on, I tried to get the little yellow box out, but I wasn't able to. So moving on to the book. The book is Sita's Hike to the Beach book. My son was really interested in it, and then he thought it was a little bit weird that there were no words in it, but it is a wordless book, and you'll enjoy telling stories with that one with your child. Finally, grabbing this yellow box. This is a letter case beehive. And it's also a little fun game. The pieces in here are a little bear and then a 6-sided cube, and then the little game board piece that the bear will move along, and along with all of these basically like flashcards. I will say my son really enjoyed playing this game and adding to his beehive. And lastly are the wooden letter sound blocks. I guess it's like a 2D puzzle, but I feel like it's more interactive. So this is a more interactive puzzle for your kid if they like puzzles, but they also like to move things with their hands. This was a great one to do with them. This was also a fun game that my 10-year-old participated in. So here what I'm holding are the skill tokens. This is like something that you can add to this game to make it a different game, but my daughter had fun with this one. So on the inside of the box they put all of these pictures with the words so you know what the picture is supposed to be. But yeah, that sums up everything that comes in your box. If you guys have any questions, please leave a comment down below and I'd be more than happy to answer them for you. I wanted to say thank you again to Lovevery for collaborating with me in today's video. I will leave the link down in my description box below, but thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Yeah, if you guys decide to stick around, I will see you in the next one.